Elena Kagan has kept her cards so close to the vest that some on the left have worried she's too moderate.
Everybody's treating me very well.
But documents buried in Thurgood Marshall's papers in the Library of Congress show that as a young lawyer, Kagan stood shoulder to shoulder with the liberal left, including on the most controversial issue Supreme Court nominees ever confront: abortion.
Abortion's got to go!
In a case involving a prisoner who wanted the state to pay for her to have the procedure, Kagan writes to Marshall that the conservative-leaning court could use the case to rule against the woman and create some very bad law on abortion. She expressed strong views in a school desegregation case, calling a school busing plan amazingly sensible. She says state court decisions upholding the plan recognize the good sense and fair-mindedness of local efforts, adding, "Let's hope this court takes note of the same." Kagan also wrote a memo Republicans will use to say she would find a constitutional right to gay marriage. That case involved a man who said the state of New York was required to recognize his marriage in Kansas, even though it was illegal in New York. Kagan told Marshall his position was arguably correct. And then a recently disclosed memo on gun rights. In a case challenging the District of Columbia's handgun ban as unconstitutional, Kagan was blunt: "I'm not sympathetic." Taken together, these documents will be much harder for her to explain away than other less controversial papers unearthed before her confirmation hearings for Solicitor General. At the time, she said,
I was a 27-year-old pipsqueak, and I was working for an 80-year-old giant in the law, and a person who, let us be frank, had very strong jurisprudential and legal views.
But the documents seem to show that Kagan had some pretty strong legal views of her own. And while that may encourage liberals, it's going to give Republicans a lot more ammunition to fight against her. Katie?
Jan Crawford. Jan, thanks very much.